Tribune for Tuesday, March 10th, 2015. In the headlines, U.S. declares Venezuela a national security threat. St. Lucia police had death list and staged a dozen killings, report reveals. And questions raised over Antigua-Barbuda connection with the United Arab Emirates project. In sports, Jamaica-born sprinter found dead in New York hotel. The details of these and other regional developments up next.
Hey, check it out.
When it gets cold, it feels like the end. There's no place to go, you know I won't give in. No, I won't give in. Keep holding on, 'cause you know we'll make it through, we'll make it.
In the news, the United States declared Venezuela a national security threat on Monday and ordered sanctions against 7 officials from the oil-rich country in the worst bilateral diplomatic dispute since Socialist President Nicolas Maduro took office in 2013. U.S. President Barack Obama signed and issued the executive order, which senior administration officials said did not target Venezuela's energy sector or border economy. But the move stokes tensions between Washington and Caracas, just as the U.S. relations with Cuba, a longtime U.S. foe in Latin America and key ally to Venezuela, are set to be normalized. Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro denounced the sanctions as an attempt to topple his government. Police in St. Lucia maintained death lists of people deemed to be criminals and planted guns at crime scenes to legitimize police shootings, the report has claimed. The country's Prime Minister, Dr. Kenny Anthony, said the extremely damning report found that in the deaths of 12 people, police had staged the shootings and reported them publicly as homicides by unknown assailants.
The investigators report that all the shootings reviewed were fake encounters staged by the police to legitimize their actions. Further, that the weapons supposedly found on the scene of the alleged extrajudicial killings were from sources other than the victims. The investigators say that the weapons were planted on the scene of the shootings. The investigators also advise that a number of shootings were done by police officers and are listed on the murder statistic as being done by unknown assailants. Revealingly, the report suggests that, quote, the crime problem in St. Lucia is facilitated by corrupt politicians, government officials, business persons, and police officers, unquote.
The killings occurred during a security initiative called Operation Restore Confidence as the tourism-dependent island grappled with a worrying rise in violent crime. For the second time in less than 3 months, the government of Antigua and Barbuda has attempted to clarify the relationship between its citizenship by investment program and a real estate development in the United Arab Emirates, which appears to claim that purchasing homes in a project somehow qualifies persons to become citizens of Antigua and Barbuda. In December 2014, in a diplomatic note sent to its international partners, the government of Antigua and Barbuda made it clear that as it relates to the Sweet Homes project, there is no automaticity whatever between persons purchasing such homes and the acquisition of Antigua and Barbudan citizenship. Chief of Staff Lionel Hill said, and I quote, there is no requirement under the Antigua and Barbuda Citizenship by Investment Program for anyone to purchase any of the units under the Sweet Homes project in the United Arab Emirates. That's a wrap of news. Up next, to look at sports. In sport, more tests are needed to determine the cause of death of a Syracuse University sprinter, Sabrina Kamak, found in a Times Square hotel room during spring break That's according to medical examiners in a statement on the weekend. Camok's autopsy was conducted on Sunday, but the results were awaiting further studies, the medical examiner's spokeswoman, Julie Boyce, said. Police say there are no signs of criminality when Camok, who was born in Jamaica, was found at around 9:20 a.m. on Saturday at the Hotel Edison. The hotel declined to comment on the death, first reported Saturday by the Daily News. Specializing in sprinting, Camok competed as recently as the previous weekend when she was on the women's 4x400 relay team at the 2015 ACC Indoor Championships at Virginia Tech. That's according to Syracuse Sports website. Host Barbados was held to a 2-2 draw by St. Vincent and Grenadines during the international friendly football game at the National Stadium in Barbados on the weekend. The result salvages some pride for the visitors, who had 2 players sent off during a 3-1 defeat on Friday night. In the action on Sunday night, Barbados paid an early price for some defensive errors as Juma Jilks put the visitors ahead with a 3rd-minute goal. Barbados then leveled the scores in the 12th minute through the informed Hayden Hooligan before taking the lead 5 minutes later as Romario Harewood capitalized on some poor defensive work by St. Vincent and the Grenadines. A combination of poor finishing by both sides and good goalkeeping kept the scores level up to half-time. The home side was then punished for missing at least 2 clear chances in the final 20 minutes as Tevin Slater's crisp 86-minute finish ensured St. Vincent and the Grenadines earned a hard-fought draw. That was a look at sports. A recap of the headlines up next.
Hey, check it out.
When it gets cold, feels like the end. There's no place to go, you know I won't give in. No, I won't give in. Keep holding on, 'cause you know we'll make it through, we'll make it.
Looking back at the top stories making news, U.S. declares Venezuela a national security threat. St. Lucia police had death lists and staged a dozen killings, a report reveals, and questions raised over Antigua-Barbuda connection with United Arab Emirates project. In sports, Jamaica-born sprinter found dead in New York hotel. Remember, for the latest in news, sports and other regional developments in the region, log on to WhatsAppCaribbean.com, like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. This was a Carib Fire production. Thanks for joining us.